Look at your last 12 months. Did your life actually change, or did you just survive another year? Everyone keeps telling you still got time or you're still young, but that doesn't help when you're scrolling, watching other people win, and deep down you feel like you're already behind. Look, I broke my neck when I was 9, paralyzed, and doctors told me I would never walk again. Right now, I walk, I lift, and I'm pretty athletic. Now, I didn't come from money either. Every cent I have, I had to make myself. So when I tell you you can catch up in 12 months' time like you wouldn't believe, it doesn't come from a safety net that I was born into. It comes from another side of a life that tried to end before it even started. So this isn't going to be a feel-good video. It's a simple 12-month system to stop falling behind and start compounding so hard that a year from now, you don't even recognize your own life. If you improve just 1% every day in 2026, you're not going to catch up to somebody else's Instagram, but you'll catch up to you, the version of you that you were supposed to become. Let's get into it. Right now, most people live the same year on repeat. In January, motivation, goals, new routines because of the New Year's. Then in February, it's already exhaustion, excuses. I'll start again on Monday. By the time July comes, they ask, where did the year go? Time went by so fast. And in December, next year will be different. You've probably had that cycle more than once. But you're not lazy, you're not broken. You're just trying to build a different life with random bursts of emotion or motivation instead of a simple system. And in this video, I'll give you that system. You're either overwhelmed by everything that you should be doing or numbed out doing the same things every day, hoping something magically changes. So this video is about two things. A 1% per day plan that you can actually follow, and a 12-month game plan to stop feeling like you're behind and actually catch up. Trust me, I get it. When you hear 1% every day, you think it's just some random cliche motivational quote. But it really isn't. Because if you improve 1% per day every year, at the end of that year, you're not 365% better. In reality, because of compounding, you're 37 times better at the end. But you really don't even need to understand the math. What you actually need to understand is that most people don't have 1% days. What they really have is 0% days and then some 20% days mixed in there where they just sabotage everything. So your edge isn't going to be having perfect days. Instead, it's eliminating those minus 20% days and then stacking small, boring, positive days on top of it. 1% isn't going to be 2 hours in the gym 6 times a week. It isn't going to be reading a whole book and finishing it in one night. It isn't going to be working 16 hours every day because you saw some Sigma grindset motivational quotes. In reality, 1% is going to be one more rep than last time. Reading 5 minutes instead of scrolling, sending one difficult message instead of avoiding it, and making one honest decision that your future self would thank you for. When I was relearning to walk, it wasn't a 12-week transformation program. It literally was one step and then another. Just 1% every day. Tiny, stacked, non-negotiable progress. That means the secret isn't intensity. The real secret is consistency in the right direction. So what we need first is direction. If you're going to try to fix everything at once, you're not going to fix anything. So you don't need 10 goals. You just need a few that matter. I split them up into 4 domains. Bear with me. Domain number 1 is body and energy. 2, money and skills. 3, mindset and emotional control. 4, relationships and environment. Quick exercise while the graphic is on the screen. Pause the video and actually do this. Rate each of these 1 to 10 and be brutally honest. Ask yourself, where are you embarrassingly behind? Which 2 or 3 areas, if you improve them, would make everything else easier? For example, if your energy is trash, everything is harder. If your skills and money are weak, your options are limited. If your mindset is chaotic, you start and quit constantly. If your environment is toxic, you stay stuck. Now I want you to circle those 2 or 3 areas because those are your catching up domains. This is where your 1% per day is going to go to. Let's build a 12-month game plan around it in the next segment. Now, if you've watched me before, you know that I split life into seasons. So we're going to split the next 12 months into 4 90-day seasons. And each season has one main focus and one secondary focus. Season 1 is here to stabilize and stop bleeding. You're in a boat currently and the boat has holes and those holes are leaking. We are just going to plug them in this season. So your goal in the first 90 days is simple. Stop doing the things that are dragging you backwards. Because if you feel behind, it's usually because your sleep is chaos, or your diet and movement are random, your spending is emotional, your dopamine is fried from endless scrolling. So in season 1, what I want you to do and focus on is body and energy, set a sleep window and defend it with your life. Move daily, even if it's just a 10 to 20 minute walk. Then for money and skills, I need you to track every cent you spend and stop one dumb spending habit. And for mindset, I need you to do 5 minutes of journaling every night. Ask yourself, what did I do today that moved me forward? And what did I do today that pulled me back? Now your 1% here is going to be very small. Go to bed 15 minutes earlier, walk around the block, write down today's expenses, turn your phone off for 30 minutes before bed, because you're not trying to win yet. You're just trying to stop losing. You're plugging those holes because currently you're sinking. Let's get into season 2. In the next 90 days, we're going to build core habits. So for each of those domains that we laid out in season 1, I need you to pick one key habit. For example, for your body, do 3 workouts a week. For mindset and skill, do 30 minutes of practicing or learning a high-value skill. And for your mind, do 10 minutes of reflection, meditation, or reading a day. Your 1% here is going to be adding 1 more rep, 1 more set, or a bit more weight in the gym. Learning 1 more concept, or do 1 deliberate practice rep in your skill. Journal 1 more line, or sit 1 more minute in silence when you meditate. This is going to be where most people will burn out because they go too hard or too fast. You win by keeping it boring, small, and repeatable. Season 3 is where we go from I can feel a bit better to I can actually see it. So set measurable targets. For your physique, for example, measure body fat percentage, a strength goal or like a performance goal in terms of cardio or whatever. For money, go hunt for a specific income or savings. Skill could be a project that you want finished, a portfolio, YouTube channel, a product, a certification, any of those things. Your daily 1% is now more directly tied to those metrics. So you can ask yourself, did you do something today that moves you closer to that number that you have in mind? Maybe you want a 10K month. Well, measure your goal against it. Did you publish, apply, ship, or sell something? Did you make today count on the scoreboard? Keep a scoreboard, make it visual. It will really motivate you when you see those incremental steps closer to your goal. Be goal-oriented, have something to move towards, and it will really unlock those gains in this season because you're turning those habits into real results. In season 4, we lock all of this in. This is where most people go wrong because they enjoy the results, but they forget to lock in the new identity. So it doesn't last and it doesn't stick and all the work goes to waste eventually. So this season is where you lock it in and make it your new normal. Here's where you raise your standards. So what used to be a good day is now going to become the bare minimum. You're also going to upgrade your environment to fit the results and the life that you want. And you're going to be ruthless and cut what doesn't fit your new identity. Of course, I'll give you some day-to-day 1% examples of this so you can really lock it in. Say no to one thing that doesn't serve your goals. Clean or improve one part of your environment. Spend time with one person who pulls you forward and not backward. That's part of your environment, your social environment. The people you surround yourself with will really shape you. And number 4, last but not least, remove one thing that keeps you in your old life. A habit, an app, a place, a contact, any of those things. Now, if you run these 4 seasons concurrently and you do it honestly, you won't feel like you caught up to some imaginary person, but you will know that you're not the same person as last year. And that's more than most people can say when a year passes. And trust me, that feeling is everything because you know you did it with your own 2 hands. And you've got the power to keep doing it and keep improving. In a moment, I'll give you such a powerful reframe that completely gets rid of that feeling of being behind. But first, let me give you a stupid simple checklist so you can start today. So every day you're going to hit 3 things. 1 for the body, 1 for the money and skills, and 1 for the mind. For your body, that would be working out, walking, stretching, choosing the better meal, drink water instead of soda. For money and skills, it's studying 30 minutes, build 1 small piece of your project, send 1 mail, 1 DM, 1 application, just actually do the thing. And for your mind, journal 5 lines, meditate 5 to 10 minutes, and reading 5 to 10 pages of a book that makes you sharper. I don't want you to read any fiction. Just keep it at non-fiction if you can. Now, if a day is crazy and you're overwhelmed because life just happens sometimes, your 1% can be micro, and that's completely fine. You either do 10 push-ups, 5 minutes of studying, or 3 lines in your journal. It's completely fine. Just make sure you never miss. Because just like you can compound positively, you can also compound negatively. So never miss a percent. We're not talking about perfection. We just want positive momentum in our lives. To keep up with this, make a simple scoreboard. I do that as well. Use a notes app. That's what I do. But you can also use a whiteboard on the wall or a Notion page. Whichever works for you, you figure it out. Either one is fine. Every day, just have 3 check marks, 1 for each domain. And then you're in a 1% crew. Let's get it. Now, as I said, I promise you something powerful, which is getting rid of that feeling of being behind. You probably look at people your age and see them making more money, in better shape, driving nicer cars, and posting better holidays than you ever had. And you start thinking, did I fumble? Or I wasted too much time? Maybe it's too late to catch up. But here's the truth. You're not behind them. You're behind you. The version of you that you could have been if you started earlier. Now that can hurt, or it can be the cleanest wake-up call of your life. When I was 9, lying there with a broken neck, the conversation wasn't about getting ahead. It was, will I ever walk again? Everything since then has basically been bonus time. I don't say that for you to feel sorry for me. I say that so you understand this. If someone who was paralyzed as a kid can walk, lift, and build a life from nothing, you don't need more motivation. You just need a plan and a decision to follow it. That means you're not too late. But you certainly are out of excuses. Trust me, a year from now, you'll be in one of 2 places. Either you'll be grateful that you started this 1% plan today, or you'll be wishing that you had. There is no neutral. Man, my camera just cut out because it was overheating. I guess it's just all this fire I'm spitting. Let's get back to it. You're either compounding forward or slowly decaying. There is no in between. So here's what I need you to do today. Pick your 2 or 3 catch-up domains. Decide your season 1 focus for the next 90 days. Start your daily 1% checklist. 1 for the body, 1 for the money skills, and 1 for the mind. And trust me, if you're still watching at this point, you're not normal. Normal people don't watch a full video about a 12-month rebuilding program. So that means that you're part of that small group that actually wants to build instead of just watch. That's exactly the group of people that this channel is for. So I want you to comment your 3 focus areas and your season 1 goals below. Lock it in publicly. And then in 12 months time, you'll be able to come back and scroll and see how far you've come. If you want help building your exact personal plan, you know where to find me. Welcome to the 1% crew. See you in the next one.